Well, now last year the Colonels finished with a record of 10-3 overall, made an unprecedented 15th appearance in the NCAA 1 division, and your second consecutive conference championship that you won, and you ranked number 5 in the 1AA polls. Some of the rabid fans of yours might say, well, now that was last year. What are you going to do for us this year?
Well, I think we got a chance to have a good football team. We got the entire offensive line except for 2 kids back. We lost this center and a guard, but I think we got people to replace them. We're good at tackle. We should be good at tight end. We got all of our receivers back. We got some good running backs. I think we can be good at quarterback and Greg Couch and Tommy Loganville. Fullback's a little bit of concern, but we did a little one-back stuff because we realized we don't have the big fullback that we had last year, so we may have to change a little bit of that. And then defensively, we got some good football players back. A little concerned about our defensive line, but we should be good at linebacker and shouldn't be good at secondary. So I think and strong in the kicking game. So when you put all that together, you better have a winning season.
You expressed that the kicking game is very important.
It is. I think the punt itself is probably the most important play in the game of football, and that's something we work extremely hard on, because it's going to establish field position, and field position in the game of football is so important.
Your chief rival in the OVC down through the years has been Middle Tennessee. Right. What's the situation this year?
Well, Middle is always going to be good. Boots Donnelly and his staff does a great job, and you always got to count them in the picture. But I think there are going to be some other teams in our league that are going to be good this year, too. I think Tennessee Tech's going to be good. I think Tennessee State's going to be good. Tennessee State's always got great athletes. And I think you're going to see Southeastern Missouri a little bit stronger than what they've been. Their programs come up throughout the year. So I look for our conference to be pretty strong. I don't look for Middle Tennessee to be as dominant maybe as they have in the past years because of they lost some good football players. But you can't ever count a Boots Donnelly team out of it.
Well, now, the situation here with the OVC, with Moorhead downgrading their football program, what's the future for the OVC?
Well, I think the future is good. You know, I don't think there's any doubt about that. There's still some teams that want to get in the OVC. By Moorhead getting out, it kind of leaves us sitting up here in Kentucky by ourselves, you know, in central and eastern Kentucky. And that's going to hurt a little bit. So personally, my personal view is I think Eastern should be thinking down the road about maybe getting in the Southern Conference as they could, because it seems like the OVC is going strictly south of us. You know, you got all the Tennessee schools in there. You got some teams like Troy State, Jacksonville State, and some of the teams in Alabama that are wanting to get in our league. But you start looking at the league, you got Middle Tennessee, you got Austin Peay, you got Tennessee State, you got Tennessee Tech, you got UT Martin. So, you know, you got it right there, and then you got SEMO, but you got 4 teams right there, right in the state of Tennessee, and then we only got Kentucky, you know, Eastern and left in Kentucky. So I think for Eastern's football in the future, down the road, the wise thing would be to do is to try to get in the Southern Conference. I think football-wise, it's a stronger league than ours overall. But I think you take, of course, Marshall got out of it, but you take the Johnson, East Tennessee, you take the Chattanoogas, you take the Furmans, Appalachian States, the Georgia Southerns, Western Carolina. I think Citadel, I think that'd be a great league for Eastern to get into.
Another question, I think down through the years you've been working to try to get a 6th home game, and you've been successful in doing that this year.
We were very fortunate this late in the year to get a 6th home game, but East Stroudsburg is a very good Division II football team, and evidently they must be really loaded because they're coming to our place, which is a long way for them to come. And the thing about it is they're going to have to help themselves a little bit financially. And usually when you come that far, you hope the other team will at least pick up the tab. And we got them to come in here for, I'm sure, less than what it's going to cost them. But it's going to be, we needed a home game there because what had happened was we played Western on September the 9th. We didn't have another home game until October the 14th with 2 open dates in that. So we were going to play 2 open, and then play the 14th. So that wasn't a good situation. So this is going to give us 2 home games in September now.
Coach, you're going to tee it up August 31st on the road with a fine Division I school, Central Florida. Good luck.
Well, we'll need that because they've gone 1A and they've got some great athletes on their football team. So that'll be a tough opener for us.
Coach Roy Kidd of EKU, thank you.